Hey guys, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Mousy, the ultimate SL clout chaser, and I wanted to make a video regarding, as you can tell from the title, by the way, regarding places to rent an SL and like the different type of options that we have. And for example, private parcels, which I'm standing on now, parcels, which allow you to rent a region, so a full sim or half a sim. And when I say parcels, I'm saying anything less than a quarter sim or upwards up to a quarter sim. We also have mainland and abandoned land that you can purchase and pay tier to Linden Labs, but that'll be a separate video because I feel like that's a lot to get into. We'll talk about residential communities, role play communities, whether it's medieval fantasy, Korean, sci-fi, so on and so forth. We'll talk about commercial land, mixed use land, and specialty parcels or private land, like this one, which allows you to sail. And the reason I decided to make this video is that my partner has an urban roleplay sim slash residential community. And he has a lot of tenants who are very new to SL. And when I say new, a month old, 3 months old, definitely less than 8 months, 7 months old. And we were having issues with tenants keeping to their prims. And we had a tenant who went over their prims. Say they had 250 prims, they went up to 400 prims, and then they said they'd pay extra for it, which they did, which was fine. But later we discovered that they were up to 900 prims. We just kept losing prims and we didn't understand why. And I went to visit this tenant and we talked about it. And she explained to me that she only rezzed like 3 or 4 items and she didn't understand how her prims had doubled. So we walked around and looked at the items that she rezzed. And one of the items was a sculpture, which was 412 prims. Like, I think she didn't know how to do this, which was like edit an object and look at the prim count, which is 7, to determine if it's something that she really wanted. Because obviously you want to use your higher prims for items that you really desire, such as maybe an adult bed or a television or a really unique piece of furniture that you'll get a lot of use and joy out of. And so I showed her how to do that, and she said, "Thank you so much. I had no idea." And she wanted to know why the prim count was kind of low for urban roleplay community sim. And I just explained, a lot of it's used on decor to create the theme, and then you have whatever's left to distribute among your tenants evenly, with a little bit of a peg balance in prims where people can res out cars and different items like that. And so we had to be really careful with them. It's a little bit different from having private land. And so she understood it, and I explained to her, if she were to get private land where she was on land by herself, she wouldn't have access to the neighbors and the community, which she really enjoyed. And she's like, "Thank you so much for telling me this. I had no idea." And so that sparked an idea in my head, and I thought to myself, why don't we talk about like the different type of lands that you can rent in Second Life and the advantages and disadvantages, and then just compare it, right? So we're going to talk about a couple land options, and we're going to start with this parcel. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see it. This is a small island, right? It's about 7,552 square meters. Very beautiful piece of land. And it's 2,304 prims. What you can do is right click the land and buy it, and you'll see the price, 4,380 prims. I'm sorry, 4,380 lindens. If I say dollars, guys, just know it's linden dollars, okay? And sometimes you can pay on the display board that's here that gives you information such as where to pay your tier, how many regions are available, and how to purchase the land. In this case, you would just pay the land in order to pay your first week of tier. Then you'd go ahead and purchase at the tier. You'd pay your tier at the tier center. And this is Zoho Islands. Okay. So what makes this land pretty special is that it is saleable. So there's about 200 regions, and we're just going to go to the world map. Sky showed me how to do this. And this would make up the 200 regions, and they've sunk some of the sims in order to make everything within this parameter here saleable. So you can go ahead and sale this land. And I just want to show you an example of what this would look like decorated, so that you have an idea of what it looks like landscaped and decorated, and what kind of immersive beach fantasy island you can create for yourself, like your dream beach house or something like that. Okay, so we're gonna head over to a similar piece of land, right? But it's decorated and landscaped, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So I spoke to one of the sales agents, and her name was Sherry, and she was very kind, and she answered a lot of the questions that I had about this saleable land, because I always thought that saleable land was land connected to mainland. That was the only way you were able to access water and kind of sail or swim from continent to continent, fly, so on and so forth. But apparently, if you own a lot of regions, you can sync your sims and then make that saleable as well. So we're just going to walk around a little bit. We're going to look at some of the decor, and we'll do an aerial view. So this would be the kitchen. This is the home that they chose for themselves. And we'll walk here into the living room. This is the living room area. It's a lot of interior and exterior living space, right? We'll go to the bedroom. Really high quality furniture I see from like Dust Bunny and really well-known creators. There's just a lot of detail. The texturing is really beautiful. It's like a little outdoor area. Driftwood here. And we'll look at, and there's a swimming pool, so let's check that out too. So it's a very beautiful piece of land. You can have like a nice all-white party or like a SL wedding here or something like that. Okay. Beautiful butterflies. And then there's a staircase here that leads to the private beach. And all this water here is actually saleable, so you can use the water. So let me just give you a bird's eye view. And then I'll show you the boundary lines as well. So this is an example of an island. This particular one is shared with another. There's some birds around, and the owner just asked me to show a decorated piece of land that's shaped a little differently, so that you can see what kind of environment that you can create for yourself. So if you go to World and you go to Parcel Details, what you can see is like these yellow line here that shows you the band lines or the boundary lines of this specific land. That's the way it goes. Where the other one was just its own private island, this one is like a shared mini island, right? It's definitely an island, but it's shared, right? With a couple of other renters. It looks like one is here and these small houses in the center, right? So that's what that looks like. This person has 5,000 prims, kind of like a homestead would, but they have access to all of the water to sail, and they can even fly. So this is a piece of land that you can rent from somewhere like Zoho Islands. So this would be an example of land that is private, parcel, and rentable for use. You could either find land that you can decorate yourself, landscape yourself, just like a plain canvas, or land that has a home. I will show you another example of this sort of land that is saleable and flyable, except that it has a house on it and it's landscaped. So it's not a raw piece of land like the first one that we saw. And I'll need to fly here. So let's head over there. And then I'll just make sure that I start flying immediately. Okay. And we'll go up a little bit. Okay. So this is another island here. It's landscaped. And there's a home here. Let's see who made this home. The home is about 92 land impact, and the home is created by Scarlett Creative. Okay, so really nice house here, and we're gonna check out, let me just hover over the land so that we can check out the parcel details. So if I hover over the land and I go to World Parcel Details, here are the band lines here. So all of this is their land. You see there? All of this would be their land, and it is 30,000 prims. That's quite a lot. So let's go down. So how you'd rent this land is you'd have to go over to the Casper Vend system that's already on the house. So let's check that out, and let's stop flying as well. We'll just walk a little bit. So it's landscaped very beautifully. I really like this. I like kind of like the weathered driftwood here, and we're going to look for the Casper Vend on this home. So just give me a second here. Let's see if I can find it relatively easy. I think it should be around here somewhere. Ah, interesting. Where is it? We might be at the back of the house, so let me just check this out. Oh, I don't see it on this one. And I saw it. Ah, there it is, guys. Here it is. Okay. So it's at the side of the house. So this particular land, I'm going to go off unavailable for a second, is 2,176 linden a week. And I wonder if I could, okay, info. Let's just get a little note card. And it's the Mango Yacht Club. So first of all, let's close out this conference. And let's open up the note card. Oh, just gave us a landmark. No note card. Nope, no note card. I wonder, touch again. I wonder if I could tell what the parcel details here is. It's still showing a lot of prims, but I do feel like the prims represents the whole region and not actually the house. So you'd have to contact the Zoho Island support team to find out how many prims that you actually have, because it's not giving me that information. Oh, the land impact allowance is 820. There we go. Okay, so you just got to touch it. It shows up in local. So 2,176 lindens a week, and the land impact is 820. And that's because it has a house on it already. I doubt that you'd be able to change the house, but this is an example of what this piece of land looks like that is saleable and flyable, that has a house and it's already landscaped. I showed you one that was landscaped and decorated as well. I do have like a really pretty example that I want to show, but this is definitely not for rent. It's someone's home. But I think it might be worth showing because it's really pretty. So I'll see if I can find it. It's definitely not the, I wonder if it's this one. Let's see if this is it. I think this is the, okay, this is the rental land. So if you actually buy land, right, and you right click the land and you buy it, this is where you would come to pay your rent. Guys, sorry about the ambulance again. We'll just wait for that to resin. And again, this is going to be Zoho Islands, and I will go ahead and leave this. I'm sorry about the ambulance. I'm waiting for that to pass. You can go to blog.zohoislands.com and open a support ticket. They're really quick in answering. It took them less than 5 minutes. And then you can pay your rent here once you actually have land that you've purchased, when you've paid the tier on the land itself. The Casper Vend is different because you could just pay 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever you want right then and there. So let me just go back in unavailable because I don't want all of these gotcha communications and things like that. Okay, I want to find the house that that I liked, so let me just see if I can find that here. I wonder if it's Bannister. Oh nope, it's not. Give me a second, guys. This is it. All right, this is actually someone's home though. So we'll give it a second and wait for it to res in. So this is not for rent, but it's an example of a small island that you can rent and what you could kind of do with raw land. It's decorated really beautifully, this particular home. So this is the bedroom here. That looks quite nice. Okay, we just came out of the bathroom. I'll just cam back in there. That's what the bathroom looks like. Okay, so the bedroom looks like. And I guess they're conserving prims. There's a little bit of outdoor space, a little balcony there, and then we'll take the stairs. Okay, nice fireplace. You have a living room. Really minimal design, right? And then there's a kitchen here. But what I love the most is the outdoor space. So let me show that to you. Now this was a raw piece of land that was decorated and landscaped by the owners, right? So there are all these paths. One path leads to a hot tub. Okay. So there's the hot tub. This land is decorated beautifully, and that's something that you can do with the land that you bought. There's a little fire pit. This is the view of the house from the fire pit. Another little seating area here, little mushrooms there, a little outdoor fireplace and a blanket where you can just like lay down, enjoy the stars, cuddle with your partner or whatever you want to do. And it's just like a beach wonderland here. It's just very tranquil, relaxing, and serene. I think it's really beautifully done. What I like most is that this little boating dock, I like the turtle pathway too. That's super cute. Okay. And I'll see if there's anything in the back of the house here. Just another turtle pathway that led to the area that we just came from. And then just a little waterfall area here and a gazebo. Oh my god, these are the Finca gachas, right? Oh, these are from Tarte, actually. Finca makes gachas like these that float in the air. And let's just go to unavailable. There we go. Okay. And my favorite part here is the boats. Like you have a little kayak here, a little sailboat, and I'm not really sure what you'd call the red one, but this is like beautiful like decor that you can add on, and you can walk from your house to your deck and just sail away. Okay, so that's a specialty land here. It's a private parcel again that you can sail on or fly. And this particular company also has marina land as well as airport land used specifically for airports. Okay, the next place that we're going to go is I want to show you a medieval role play sim. So you can rent there as well, and you can also rent commercial space or space for your business that feeds into the role play, and I'll show you what I mean by that shortly. But if you are really into medieval fantasy, and that's the kind of role play that you want to engage in Second Life, and then you want to live your life as a fairy or a medieval merchant or whatever, you would select a place that had all the aspects of what you desire and what you're seeking there, and you know, plant roots there, you know, and that's one way to do it. And so there are green sims. A lot of people have, I know that's kind of faded out by now, but a lot of people lived on green sims for a very long time. There are sci-fi sims, there are Asian inspired sims, there are just a bunch of different role play sims. They're like really they're urban sims, suburban sims, farming sims, like just whatever you could think of. Like there are sims where you can be immersed in family role play with daycare centers and parks and schools, and maybe their events are surrounded by like homecoming for the high school or PTA meetings and things like that. So I will show you an example of a role play sim that I found that I thought was really nice, and we'll check that out. So let's go look at that. And I am using a note card because it's just a lot of information to keep track of. So we went to the private parcels. We talked about pre-landscaped lands, houses that you pay with the Casper Ven versus paying on like board on raw land, where you can pay your rent once you've bought the land by right-clicking on the land, which is going to the tier office. So this is special rights sailing and flight parcels that I wanted to discuss with you, and that was my first one. All right, so now we're going to go to a roleplay fantasy, a medieval fantasy roleplay sim, and it also has commercial space there. So let's check that out. And guys, if you have any other information that you want to share, roleplay sims that you like in particular, please feel free to share it down below in the comment section. I know a little bit about this, but I'm by no means an expert. I'm going to ignore this. So this is basically when you go into roleplay sims, they want you to adhere to a certain dress code and be fully immersed in the roleplay, right? So in this case, it says create a new character. Please enter a name only, not a description. Examples, descent. You may get an opportunity to do this later. This name is how your character will be represented, including people trying to give you coin will need this full name. It should just be a name, okay? So we're going to ignore this for now. This is a GP HUD, which helps create characters for roleplay sims. All right, so let's move on. We're going to just tour this very briefly. So we're going to start with like the commercial aspect of a roleplay sim. It can be a full-blown shop or it can be a stall. So this is like a little pottery stall, right? This is just for decor, trying to fill in the different stalls. Like every other booth will have something filled in to just give it a touch of realism, right? We have a little candle shop here, but if someone actually wanted to rent a stall to start their own business, there's one here, okay? And this looks like one. So this is honey, wine, and liquor, and click here. NPC. Okay, so this is a non-playable stall as well. And these are like the rentable stalls. Okay. And I'll just give you examples of full-blown shops. I'm not exactly sure who owns this one, but here's a full-blown shop here. It's like a little bakery. And they are hiring. It says touch this sign to register and for a tag so that you can role play working at this bakery. So that would be part of the role play. I see little magical elements there. Okay. It's really well done. My Story menu, like it has vanilla ice cream, so it looks like they do use My Story here so that you actually get hungry and you're forced to buy things from certain stores. Maybe soaps and candles will give you happiness, so on and so forth. Let's see what this is. This is a full-blown restaurant. And you just click there for the menu. We can wait for that to res in. So you'd click there. I'm unavailable for communication, right? Some tartlets, and what do we have here? The Wasted Wizard Tavern employee. Social rank is a citizen. Roll against me for action. Age 200. Race is a moon elf, a female. There are no abilities. Personality, she's a bit sassy and really pretty too. Okay. So you can definitely role play at this tavern here. And then I'll show you like some rented homes and things like that. If you walk this way, you'll find some homes here. There's some more stalls. It says businesses available for rent. Those are the stalls that I've just showed you. This is another business available for rent. The only thing is I did try to find out. Let me go off of unavailable with my communication. Info. Okay, so this is 500 Linden to rent this business here. Okay, and I just want to go to information and just see if it tells us the prims. 500 per week, 250 prims. And like I said before, when you're on a roleplay sim, the prims are a little bit low. So this at least gives your structure a building to work in, but you'd have to decorate this yourself and come up with your own business. Because it does use My Story, I don't think it should be too hard to figure out what sort of business you'd like to have. Like this looks like a dressmaker shop. I'm just curious to see how they would sell dresses. That's so pretty, right guys, with all of the kind of starlight around it. It says now hiring for the dressmaker shop, and let's look here. Simple gown, little stars, blue and gold is for lullabies and toodle-doo, 150 Linden. So I guess that's how that's done. Okay. This is very nice. I've seen a lot of gotchas like this. I wonder what this is. This is a bolt of fabric shelf. This doesn't look like a gotcha though because it's modified copy, no transfer. Okay, and then just little decor here like spools of thread. So this looks like a children's dress shop. It'd be cool if they made a women's dress shop too as well, but this looks great. I wonder if this cabinet opens. It doesn't look like it. All right, so that's what we have here. I wonder if this is actually a work install where they sell quill inks and pens and things like that. Really nice, really well done. And then this is a business that's rented. It's the Kraken snacks. So there's like little fish snacks here. I just wonder how they get paid. So this item here is like a free semi-motions. I already received it. Crab. And then there's the food here that you can get. Salmon, tuna, things like that. And there's scallops here. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. It's like Teoki Party. It's from Sino. Sino makes really beautiful roleplay food. Looks like a meatball. And like some pate on a cracker. And this is just a decor item like sushi. The Kraken shop. What a great name for it too, since they are surrounded by water. And then this is just a decor booth. It's like a fish market. All right, so we have that here. And then we're gonna check out the residences. I hope I don't get turned around because I've only been here once. So here you'd find like the blacksmith's place. And we have Craven here, Fox Forge owner, the Hammer of Kalian, social rank is citizen, and he is a giant. Oh, he's like a real person.
Smiles.
Hi, Craven. I think he's a real person and not a bot. He seems to be. Full-time giant, avid profile reader. See pics for more information. Appearance, RP limits, dear lady, fantasy fair. He did such a good job on his Avi. Look at the scars here and look at this. It looks like some type of special amulet. I just want to check this out. This is another business that's available for rent besides the stalls. Feel free to look around and message me or any other players if you have questions. Will do. I'm filming a video showcasing an example of an immersive RP sim. Okay? And here's where we can find the homes, right? This looks like a little area where people, like their little park where they can sit down and eat. Here are some residential areas here. Again, it's asking me to create a character. This building here is like the daycare center or the elven people who live here. They try to maintain the medieval kind of aesthetic with the wooden playground here. I like that. It's a really nice detail, nice touch. This is a home that's rented. We're going to try to cam in and peek inside. It's a private residence. I wonder if I could find out like what it costs. It's currently rented, so it's not telling me the price, nor is it telling me what the prim count is, but it's probably similar to a shop, right? So this would be the kitchen. How nice is this? Like this is their food stores. Right? What's in those baskets? Bread, freshly baked bread. This must be a rich lord here, a rich elven lord. We have some curing meats here, like lentils and spices and things like that. Cookies. Wow, this is really nice. This is really nice. And like a medieval cookbook or herb book for medicines. So it's quite nice. This would be their dining area. Looks like a little office area, receiving area for guests, and this person looks very learned, however they say that, right? And I would assume like upstairs would be the bedroom area. So let's just cam and sneak and look at that. Hold on a second, guys. I don't want to go in, but I want to be nosy. Can we do that? So this is the bedroom. I don't know where all these elixirs are by the bed. Sandalwood, citrus, and all myrrh, all these different things. And it looks like this person travels. They have a lot of silks, or maybe it's hand woven within the community in the little village there. So it's very nice, very nice. So this is a private residence. So this would be an example of a role play sim. I do want to find a home that's unrented so I can tell you the price of it, because we're going to compare the price. Okay, this one's rented. We want to compare the price of unrented land and prim count and all that to rented. It's all rented. We're just going to check out some of the people too. Game Master, Serenity, Arcanian Professor, Citizen, Nurse, she's a healer, half Kitsune, half Seraphim, scent jasmine flowers in afternoon, and has a mild stutter. Youth, Citizen, race is a Taxib, and age is 10, and this one's out of character right now. Okay. And let's see where there's a home that's not rented. Like this one doesn't appear to be rented, but there's no sign here. We'll ask Craven. But this is an example of a fully immersive themed roleplay sim. So land like this, like a place like this, you can get land on if your objective is to come into SL and then just sort of like role play as an elf, as a certain race, and create stories with someone else, right? We're back in the city center. Let's ask Craven. So I'm asking him how much are the homes and how many prims are they? I don't know if he's still around, but it seems he's not out of character, so he should be. There's a lot more to explore. Like, I totally see like a beautiful waterfall here. There's stairs. There's an 18 and older section. I saw that somewhere here. Like, he's typing back. There's like a supermarket here. It's like a spice market, and they're selling like beans and legumes and peppers and potatoes and fruits and stuff like that. And I would assume like this is some sort of library. Oh, it's a hospital. Ooh, that looks scary. Okay, and there's like an 18-year-old or older section. Oh, that's one answer I don't have. Please ask Nick Starlight. They're the owner of the sim. Okay, well, we've seen enough here, so let's just say thank you. We kind of found out the price for a business. It's usually $500. It's like half the prims, double the money. So if it's 250 prims, it'll be $500. If it's 500 prims, it'll probably be like 1,000 lindens per week. 1,000 linden dollars a week. So yeah, so let's move on to the next area. So we talked about roleplay sims, right? I want to take you guys to Latin Estates. Let's go to content and let's go to search, not necessarily search. This is where I found this. I went to places and roleplay and I found this. I want to go to Latin Estates, and I wonder if I could still do this by using SL Marketplace. So let's see. Actually, I'm going to do it the way that I normally do this. So I'm going to go to Marketplace listings. I'm going to edit one of my listings and then try to go to the internet. That's how I kind of cheat the system. So do I want to create a listing for this? Listed. Let's edit something that's already listed. And then we're going to go to Latin Estates. Cancel, and let's just minimize this, and we're just going to wait a while for this to come up. So when we go to Latin Estates, what we're going to find is raw land, and we're going to find parcels as well as regions. And I would just want to show you how to search. I actually prefer Latin estates, and let me tell you why. Latin estates.com. I prefer Latin estates, and this is the reason why. I do feel like they're the best priced compared to Amherstate and a lot of other private land barons who rent out their land. Like, a lot of times they're grandfathered in. They may have sims that are like $160 USD a month to maintain, and then they break it up and rent it out. So someone who's had land for a long time or have it at a really low cost that they pay to Linden Labs, they can offer better prices. So I used to be able to do this. I hope I still can. Let me just go here. I'm gonna go to Latin estates. Land book. Let me see if I could just copy and paste a web page. So paste. Yeah, I could do it. Okay. So Latin estates. So it's landbook.latinestates.com, and this is what I typically do. So it depends what you want, right? So let's say that you wanted, we're going to go to like the smallest amount of land possible. This says 10,000. Or maybe we should just go, okay, this is perfect. We'll do it this way. So we went to the smallest amount of land that you can get. So this is a private skybox, and it's called the Chalet. So we're gonna head over here. It's 50 prims. More than likely it's already decorated, so you can like res out your clothes and things like that, a radio, a few personal items. So let's head over there. And I'm gonna minimize this for a second. Okay, so this is what the private chalet looks like for 150 linden. So these are some options that you can use to rent an SL. So this is something you don't really have to think about. It's 100% decorated. You have a couch. Let's see what kind of animations, if they're PG or adult. They seem to be PG animations, so that might be a little bit of a problem for you if you want a brown chicken, brown cow. So let's lay on the bed or just sit here. And it's hangout, sleep, and lovers. So lovers would be adult poses. So you can actually do adult things on this bed. I didn't want to show myself on the bed. Like, I didn't want the camera to go up my skirt or anything like that. So this is an example of a really affordable but beautiful piece of land. It's only 150 lindens a week. So that's super affordable if you're new to SL and you're not sure where you want to live and you wanted to find somewhere that you can easily afford. I wouldn't encourage you to do this because people get really mad about this, but like literally you could panhandle 150 lindens a week. You could probably do that in a day. And you could probably panhandle 600 lindens in a day and pay your rent for the month if you lived here. So, I mean, I'm joking around, I'm being facetious, but I'm kind of serious. Like, this is something that you'd be able to easily afford. Okay. So that's one option here. So let's go back to available land. And then we'll just go through. The next option is a small piece of land where you would get 343 prims. And this is a mature land and it's residential. And we'll talk about mixed use where you can use it for commercial purposes, like for a business or a store versus just residential. Maybe let's go to something that's mixed use. It's 1,024 square meters, 374 prims, and it's only 300 lindens per week. So let's head over there. Now, we came from land on a roleplay sim, right? And the land on the roleplay sim was 250 prims. So you had to be really careful with your prims and you were paying 500 lindens a week. This is almost 400 prims and you're paying 300 lindens. So that's the difference between roleplay land. Oh, darn it. I just crashed, you guys. Let me log back in. Hold on a second. That's the difference between roleplay land and land that you rent, like private land. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just get back in here. I hate when that happens. Just bear with me, y'all. And I just need to make sure to I'm logging in at my last location versus home. So let's go to the last location and log in. And my OBS or Streamlabs, I should say, will pick up the game shortly. So just give it a second, guys. Okay, there we go. It's showing me logging into the office, which is where I do spend the most time. That's Angel there. She's sitting there in her fur coat. So funny. And Key, another urban roleplay sim owner. And Mac was here. I couldn't see him. He's an orange cloud. I'm going to zoom out for 1 minute because I want you guys to see the aerial view, but not only that, in case I'm naked or something, my clothes resin slow. So this is about 1,024 square meters. This is a really respectable piece of land. You could easily put a house here. You can put trees and decor. You can have like a little fireplace. You can landscape a little bit where you put the land down, where you take the land up front and kind of create a shoreline for yourself, I should say, instead of putting it down, create a shoreline for yourself, maybe put a boat here or something like that, and then put privacy walls all around so you don't have to see your neighbors around you. Like that's something that you could do. There are a lot of people in this land. I'm at 50 frame rate right now, so that's something that you need to think about. Like this person here, like, you see what they've done here? They put a privacy wall around their property so no one can kind of see in, and it kind of blocks everyone else that's out there. Okay, and then since we're already here, we'll look at different lands here. So this land is 688 prims and it's 430 a week. It's 2,048 square meters, so it's double the size. So you see that here, it's very long, right? So that's an example of private land that you can purchase. The difference between private land and say like a roleplay sim that we were just at, you saw so many people in the roleplay sim. The point of a roleplay sim is that it's so that it can be extremely interactive. We'll go back and look at a few more pieces of the land as well. So that the roleplay sim forces you to interact with people. It helps you make friends because you're going to go to the bakery. You need to buy food. And they're also using My Story. So your hygiene is going down. So you'll need to buy soaps. You'll need to buy food, you need to buy a bed, maybe clothes. There are going to be events that are held on the sim, and it forces you to interact with people. It forces you to talk to people. You're creating stories and you'll make friends. You can buy this sort of land that we're talking about now, and you have a lot more prims, you have a lot more creative freedom because you're not forced to live in a certain house that matches the aesthetic of the overall land, but there is a risk for isolation. So that's something that you have to think about. So it depends on what you want, right? So let's just continue to go through this. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want to find more empty land because I know that there's more here. So we talked about this, 688 prims for 430 lindens a week. So it's like almost close to double the prims, but less money. On a roleplay sim, it's reverse. It's like you get very little prims, 100 prims for $200, kind of like that. So this is 688 as well. And I think they're all about the same size. So let's go back to, oh, I crashed, so I lost it, huh? So let's do this whole thing again. Marketplace listings. And we're going to trick the system to get in. Let me just see something here. Because I just want you guys to see it too. I'm going to take you to like a half a sim and a full sim. And the reason that I want to take you there is, hold on a second, guys. Let's close that out. And let's just go exactly where we want to go at this point. We'll just wait for that to resin. And the reason, guys, that I actually want to take you to like a half a region or a full region is that I want to show you the raw land in which a roleplay sim is created from, right? On this piece of raw land, what you're going to find is a large piece of land, and what you're going to be looking for is the shape, the covenants. You want to know what your restrictions are. You want to know like if you're allowed to place a club on the land. Like sometimes you might have a roleplay sim and like have a dining hall or a reception, and you could have up to 50 people or 75 people there. So you want to know how much people are allowed on the land. What else would you want to know? if the tier will go up. You kind of want to know what the business model is like. So Zoha Islands, which was the first piece of land that I showed you, the first 3 pieces of land, basically when I spoke to their representative, their sales agent, one thing that I was assured of is that the rent will never go up. Like once you pay, say for example, $500, 500 lindens for 1,000 prims, you're locked in until you move out at that rate. So those are just some questions that you might want to ask. If you can think of any more questions you might want to ask a private landowner before selecting one to move in with, guys, please let us know in the comment section down below. Now let's just check this out. Okay. So now we're going to go over to the size of the land, and I'm just going to go to the last page. Usually they used to have like 13 pages or so. Let's just go to the last page, and I'm thinking like the largest piece of land will be there. Or in this case, let's go last. Okay, so yes, this is a full sim, 30,000 prims, and it's 15,900 a week. So we'll go there. This is mixed use. So mixed use, the rules are that you can put a business, a club there, or you can use it as a residential piece of land, right? So let's teleport over there. Guys, can I say this? Those are the rules. So when you land here, so again, 63,600 a month or 15,900 lindens a week for 30,000 prims. I'll show you what that looks like. This is what this looks like. So a nice square piece of land. You have no neighbors, so that's awesome. You're not connected to anyone else. And this is mixed use, if I'm not mistaken. And it's also a moderate sim. Just look up Linden Labs terms of services as it relates to a moderate sim to see what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do. So yeah, that's an example there. Please tell me I didn't close that out. Okay, good, because I didn't want to search this again. Okay, so the next thing we have is 20,000 prims for full sim as well, but it's only 13,900 lindens a week. So let's TP over there. And the note card here has all the information you need. Okay, and let's minimize this. Oh, why did we end up here? Why did we end up at the reserved land portion? Are these locked? Why? The cost of this rental is $19,000 per week with land impact. Oh, $1,900 with land impact allowance of $1,250. It's locked and cannot be rented. I don't know what this means and why they're doing this. I'm not exactly sure. I have worked with Kilguana a lot, and he's super helpful. Like, he's even come down and helped us parcel our land for privacy for our tenants. And I've worked with Author Vortex in the past on another video. So this is not sponsored either, guys. So let's look at another piece of land. Let's go to page 25. So 15,000 prims for 7,900 lindens a week. It's a corner sandy area, and it's mixed use as well. So let's check that out. And there's another 20,000 prim sim, which we'll go down to as well. So let's discard this. We have too many at this point. So that's what this looks like. Oh, guys, why am I crashing like this? We're almost done because we're at 48 minutes. So let me log in one more time. And if I crash again, I'm definitely going to stop the video. I'm really sorry about this. It's just Firestorm's new update. It's really hard on our computers. And I may not do the whole internet thing again because I'm just going to do it on another tab off screen. So last location. And we'll just wait for Streamlabs to pick up the game again. I'm sorry, guys. Just fast forward like 10 seconds or so. We'll just wait for this to come up. So as we wait, let's just talk about, okay, Streamlabs, pick up the game. Yes. Is Streamlabs picking up because I'm logged in now? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. So you kind of, Oh, it took us to the wrong place. Thank you. We didn't want to do that. All right, let's go here. So this is about 7,900 a week. It is 15,000 prims, which is half a sim, so 31,600. So what is $31,000 a month, or let's say 790 a week? I'm just curious. 790 a week. Oh, cannot authenticate me. It's doing this stupid nonsense again. Hold on a second. I'll do it off screen, no problem. And I'll just zoom into my face for aesthetic purposes. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right. So let's just check this off screen. Okay, so if I were to buy, so 7,900 lindens, about $32 a week. And the other, let's check the one that's 20,000. It's $81 a week. That's quite a bit of money, but if you're doing it with a group of people, it shouldn't be that bad. All right, let's go back to Latin Estates available land. I'm gonna go Prims. Last page, page 25. Okay, last page, page 25. I want to see this 20,000 prim piece of land for 13,600. Is there only one of these? Because one was locked, right? So let's go to this one here. Let's see if we can see what that looks like. Let's see what this one looks like. Give me a second and grab. All right. Hopefully it doesn't take us back to the office again. Okay, so 20,000 prims, 13,900 a week. Let's see what that is. So 13,900 a week. That's about $56 a week. Why was the other one more expensive? Did I maybe I like took the price for, so that's what that looks like. So it looks like it's a full sim, but you only get 20,000 prims. Okay, so that's an option, right? But you don't have access to the waters or anything like that. All right, so now we're gonna go to like a hunted block, and I'll go to different sort of, not, I would love to go to like farming residential communities, or we can find something on Lux LA. Like we'll look at some of her rentals. Even though it's a role play sim like based on LA and things like that, it's more of a residential community to me. So maybe we'll go to Lux LA and then we'll go to hunted block, because you know, it's our land and it's a urban role play sim and people seem to like that. So we'll go to that as well. So let me just go over here to luxla.com rentals. Welcome back to my channel. Hold on a second. I'm in my video. And I have a treat for you guys here. I'm in my own video, so sorry about that. All right, so let's go to residential availability. We'll also go to commercial availability, so I show you what this looks like on different sims. So this piece of land, I wonder if I could sort it. Oh, let's go to North Hollywood. This piece of land is 750 lindens a week. Okay, let's open that in Firestorm, but it's not going to open there because I have alchemy. Like I'm trying out a new browser, so now every time I go to my maps, it takes alchemy opens up. It's very annoying. All right, so let's head over there. We're gonna go to North Hollywood to look at this piece of land. This is 750 lindens a week, and we'll look at the prims in a second. And also Angel on her land also has let's ignore all this. So this is, you pay using the Casper vent system. Let's go to info. This is 750 per week with a land impact of 350. So very similar to like a role play sim. So this is what this unit looks like, and I'll show you some of the bigger houses as well. So this is North Hollywood, right? And this is a really small unit. Is this another room back here? Thank God, because that's really small. Okay, so this is a bedroom here. You'll have to put up a wall for like a bathroom, but it'll be a living, or maybe just don't have a bathroom, but it'll be like a living room, kitchen area together. So it's a small apartment in North Hollywood, and that is 750 Linden a week. Okay, and there are a couple of them. This one's rented. That one's rented. I'm not sure if the other one is. Yeah, they're both rented. The only one available is this one here. So let's look at another piece of land at Lux LA. Let me just close out. Okay. Okay, we did that. Let's look at something like something in the Hidden Hills. And it's unfurnished too. So I'm going to copy the swirl. Let's go over here. See what that looks like. Okay. Let's go to the info section. So this here is going to be 3,650 Linden a week, and it has 1,250 land impact or prims. Do you see what the difference is, guys? So this is what this house looks like. Let's do an aerial view. It's kind of a mansion. It's really pretty, right? So it looks like you'd have to be like an at least a C or B list actor. A B list actor, I would say. So that's what that looks like. So this is the garage where you could park your car. Okay. Really nice. A little fountain in the center. It smells like beautiful roses. Okay. Double staircase here. Looks kind of like a dining room, right? Because it has the chair railings. It has chair rails here too. Looks like a bathroom or some sort of kitchen. I'm not really sure. A bedroom or office, maybe an office. Maybe a baby's room. I don't really know. This is definitely the kitchen or living room. I'm not really sure. Maybe a sitting room, I guess. Let's go upstairs. Okay, let's ignore this and detach again. Definitely a bathroom, a really big one. Create a spa experience here for yourself. And another bedroom, a closet here. It's really nice. Let's go on unavailable, guys, because this is annoying to have to keep clicking that. All right. I wish I didn't crash. It always like bums me out when I keep crashing during videos, especially because of this new Firestorm update. It's so horrible. Like this appears to be the master bedroom to me, but it doesn't have a closet in it, which is kind of weird. Okay. And what is this? Or maybe you can just use a different room as a closet. Like this has a closet. So when I say closet, I think bedroom. Like in New York with real estate, like you have to have a closet in order to call it a bedroom. And then here's another room here. There's definitely a closet here, a really big one, like a walk-in closet. So that's one of the mansions if you wanted to live in that. And also you would get the benefit within this residential roleplay community is that, yeah, there are tons of events. There's a Discord, there's a university here, which feeds into the HUD. So with the HUD, there are certain skills that you can gain. Like if you go to school, it filters into jobs. And if you clean up your house, it gives you cleaning skills. And it's supposed to give you all these different things like strength, attraction, so on and so forth, which impacts your role play in this residential community. Or you can just do it without the HUD and just live here and just chat with people at the bars or at the hospital and different things like that. So that's a residential community. Again, this is a piece of land that you wouldn't be so isolated in, residential slash role play community, but it's a different type of role play, I guess you can say. All right, let's see if there are any other different houses. Okay, so let's say okay to that. So we just checked out a mansion. We can check out a Skybox. We're going to go to Billionaires Row, and there are just tons of other different houses. I'll put the website below so that you guys could check it out. I might show like one or two more. We're going to go to Billionaires Row and check out a house that's 2,650 prim, right? Cancel this. But 2,650 Linden dollars, but 1,000 prim. Got it? Okay, there we go. So this is Billionaires Row. So you have options to go to the roof, the garage, the first floor of the penthouse. So let's go to the roof. So this is the roof area here. I was going to show you guys a secret up here. There used to be like safes up here because here you could rob the safes for Lux coin, and with Lux coin you could buy laundry detergent and a bunch of different stuff. So we're in the penthouse. We're going to go to, let's go to the penthouse actually. So this is the penthouse. You guys have probably seen this. It's an Ansu Skybox. Oh, does someone live here? Why is this decorated? Ah, I think we're in someone's house, guys, but it's okay. Let's look at the furnishings. Let's wait for that to resin. So again, 2,650 linden, 1,000 prim. I actually prefer to look in houses that are already decorated because it gives you an idea of what you can do with it. And guys, I just want to say this. I say that my land impact, my frame rate is 28, whereas it's a lot higher on the emptier lands because there's a lot of scripts and different things like that running. So that is also something to think about. I love the fact that this person used so many plants in their house. I wish I could see it all, but I'm having a little bit of trouble resing in. So they use this little area here. Oh, God. Guys! Oh, my God. Send error report. All right, I'm gonna have to try to like learn to edit this so I can cut this stuff out. That's annoying. That is annoying. Okay, let me just log back in. I don't know why that keeps happening. When you TP too much on Firestorm, it's just like not good with the update. I'm gonna complain about this Firestorm update. It was just done so poorly with the PBR. I don't know if it's worth having PBR to be crashing every 5 seconds like this. Like if I go to more than 3 places. That's annoying. We're gonna try to go back to that. We're gonna try to go back to that penthouse. I hope I log in there, but I doubt it. That's really annoying. Let's just back up a little bit. And we will try to go back to Billionaires Row. So let's go back to Billionaires Row. Okay. Well, the good news is that we may actually get to see the house now. So that's the benefit of crashing. Let me just detach all this, ignore. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I love the use of the plants. So this is their office. Okay, let me get out of here first and close the door behind me. So it looks like that's their office. It's bathroom. Just so you have an idea of how to decorate it. The living room doesn't look like it's fully rested in still. Or maybe they just have no furniture in the living room. Okay, so that is the dining room. The kitchen's really nice. I love this like kind of greenish blue hue. That's really nice. Okay, let's go upstairs. little console area. I recognize that fancy decor kind of map. Okay, they haven't decorated this. Maybe they just moved in. There's a massage area here. I used to have this skybox for my mousy studio, and this should probably be the bedroom, right? Just a little couch area. And what do we have here? Yeah, this is the bedroom. Really well done. So let me tell you guys this, right? You see this safe here? If you're wearing the Lex RP HUD, you could rob the safe and touch this and you'll get 500 Linden or LC coins. And that's what you can use to purchase. Wow, I like the artwork here. And that's what you could use to purchase laundry detergent and other things here. And this is like a shower. Really high-tech shower too. Look at this. Does this actually work? What is he watching? Okay, doesn't really say. I don't know if that really works. You guys have to check that out on your own time. Do you want to know who made it? Hold on, let's see. Who makes this shower? The shower is made by Zephyr Mercury. What store? 6SIIX owner. So yeah, and you can find them at 6SIIX_SL. I might follow them on Instagram. Curious now, but this is really nice. But so this is Billionaires Row. I'll see if I can go to one more place, guys, before I crash again. I feel like this person added this wall here. I don't remember that being here. Okay, and let's look at the view from outside. So this is the view. Oh my God, stop harassing me with this. So like you're really part of a community. Like you're fully immersed in this LA lifestyle and environment. This little bar up here. Employees can log in. So there'll be events maybe here like for a little rooftop party. It's really nice. I see another mansion here. Who lives here? We're gonna go here. Can I sit here? We're gonna try to cam sit. I think I'm too far away. Yep, I'm too far away. It's a nice little house here too. So that's another little mansion. I'm gonna tell you how much this costs. Hold on a second, let me look. So a house like that is 2,000. No, that's too small, I think. I think it's like a little bit bigger than that. I think it's a little bit bigger, but it could be. The closest thing that I see here, ooh, a furnished mansion with sunset views. Let's go here. Let's stop creeping and peeking. Let's go here. All right, let's see the price of this. It's already furnished. What I like. All right, so the price of this one would be $3,750 per week with a land impact of 900, but it's supposed to be decorated, so that would be really helpful to us. What do you guys think? That's really nice. A black pool table, a little bar here, all white kitchen. It's my kind of kitchen. Really neutral decor. What's in here? Nothing, it just looks like a walkway. Oh, this is the trash. I have this trash can. Oh my God, guys, I'm stuck. I have this trash can in my own house. Like you gotta pick up the trash. Hold on, you gotta be like within 3 meters. So it gives you things to do and it simifies the game. Because if you wear the HUD, you're gonna get hungry, thirsty, so on and so forth. So I cleaned up their trash here. This is the dining room area. It's lovely. That's really lovely. Let's go on unavailable. Oh, that soup looks so tasty. That's really nice. Look at this beautiful comfy couch. It's giving museum and I really like it. Really nice ornate iron fireplace. You're not ugly, society is. You know what? I need to get a drink to that. Oh, hold on a second. Make myself get out unavailable for a drink. I deserve a drink after all this. Yes. Attached to my avatar. We'll wait for a second for that to happen. That looks really yummy. Apple martini. Tasty. Okay, let's keep going. Beautiful artwork. So this is the office here. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Pasadena. Okay. Let's go upstairs. Did I see everything? Is someone living here? So the linen is washed. I always tell you about the laundromat. That's where I always get this. So can I dry clothes here? I'm not going to dry it because it says items will only be delivered to the person who started the production. Maybe I shouldn't because I don't want like laundry to be stuck here, but this is the laundry room, obviously. I was going to get the laundry for them, but I don't think it's a good idea. All right, and we have, I would assume, I don't know if the bed's missing, but this is the bedroom. Oh, is this my fetch dresser? Oh, it's a fancy decor dresser. Okay. Fancy decor dresser. Okay, and this must be a bathroom. Oh my god, that tub is gorgeous. This is so beautifully decorated. This is gorgeous. Two-person shower. It's just so bright and airy. I love it so much. Okay, let's see what else is up here. Anything else? Okay, let's go down these stairs. I want to move in. A walk-in closet so you can put all your stuff on display. Okay, that was in the bedroom. Is this, I think it's missing a bed because we're on the other side, right? It's like interesting. Okay, what is this? Is this not decorated? I'm gonna tell Mac we'd probably crash though. I would totally live here. We gotta move on up in life. We're making enough money to afford this, I think. This is really nice. Okay, so that's what the McMansion looks like. And I'll see if I can show you something else. Not me taking the apple out. That's so cute. Okay, so moving on. Let's move on for a second here. Okay, so we saw this. What else can I show you guys? Something that's a little bit more affordable. This is 1,250 lindens a week, and it is, and then I'll also show you like one of the cheapest apartments here. One of the cheapest apartments here is 95 a day, and it is 100 prims or 550 a week for 100 prims. Let's go to the day rental. So let's teleport there. Let's cancel this, copy Swirl. My dress, guys, is from the 65 Linden sale. One of these talented designers made this. It's locked. He says it's, oh, 95 a day. Oh, she tricked us. It's not even the cheapest. Is this a store? Okay, so since we're here, we'll just look at the store. So the store is going to be 750 a week, 300 land impact. So this is a store. There's 2 stores here. Unfortunately, we can't see. I guess this little is. I'm so confused. Are we at the right place? It definitely looks like a store. It does not look like a $95 a day home, for sure. Maybe it's the houses behind us. Let me just see something. That's definitely a garage. Maybe the upstairs? Let's see. That looks like it could be like $95 a day. It depends how much. I'm just looking for the Casper vend. I don't see it. Okay. Definitely looks like a store. At this point, we're just hanging out. It's informational, but we're totally hanging out too. Okay, so yeah, this definitely looks like a store. So you could get commercial space on roleplay land or residential community land. So this would be example of a store. $750 linden, and I think we said it was like 300 prims, right? Door open again. So yeah, 300 prims. Okay. Let me look at my note card, guys, because I just want to see if I'm missing anything, and then I'll just go over stuff with you as well. So just give me 1 second. Let me just look. So rentals and Second Life. So we talked about parcels on mainland, pros and cons of parcels on mainland. We'll talk about that later because that has to be another video, guys. We talked about, I showed you Latin Estates, the website, private parceling with special rights like for sailing and flight. We talked about roleplay communities, commercial space. Let's go to commercial space. We're going to go to VBG Business Center. Okay, so let's head over there. And it's like a little place where you could rent like stores and stuff. It looks like someone's here too. Is that someone? Okay, yeah. Hi. All right, so it looks like a little place you could have lunch here. So you can have lunch by the water, but this is obviously a business center, so let's check this out. So you can rent stores here, and it looks like 250 per week for 50 prims. And I guess if you put up vendors instead of like actual mesh clothing, oh, it says you have to pay, so you have the key to the store, but we're gonna cam in because you know how we do. Uh-oh, guys, I feel like stuck. I feel stuck. I have a supercomputer too, so I don't understand why this keeps happening. Please don't crash. Okay. I feel stuck. Give me a second. Oh, I'm gonna crash. That's too bad. I'm definitely gonna crash because it says not responding. I don't know if you guys could see that. Yep, I'm definitely gonna crash. This new Firestorm update does not like TPing too much. And for the most part, if you think about it, we really don't. Let's see how far into this video. So we're an hour and 18 minutes in. We'll try to log in at the last location. There's nothing we could do. I'm not going to get too excited about this. Like, you guys are on your phone or your computer, so you could literally just skip. It's not that big of a deal, but I just hate that that's happening. That's what happened to Sky earlier. She was making this video with me, and then she ended up like crashing due to alchemy. And then I was like not liking the video. And I'm not liking this, what's happening right now, but what are we gonna do? We can't do anything about it. So we're at Billionaires Row. I'm gonna try to at least get back to the VBG Virtual Business Grid Center. Okay. No, let's say no to this. And then we'll wait to resin. No, let's say no to that. And let's just back up a little bit. And is OBS catching the game? Sure is. We'll just wait for everything to resin, guys. Like my dress, for example. So this is what the business center looks like. It's just like a bunch of little stores that you can rent out. 250 linden a week for 500 linden. I think it's a great idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. Am I crashing here? I don't know what it is here. Oh my god, guys. I hope I don't crash. Okay, let's go back to Firestorm. Oh my god. I hope I don't crash. If I do, I'm just gonna lock up the video. Like, I feel like enough information has been sent, but I definitely probably need to edit this. It's gonna force me to edit. Look what's happening. Alright, so I think we're okay now. I don't know what's going on. So this is what it is, a bunch of little stores. So these are options for commercial space you could rent in Second Life. Okay. It has like little hot spicy noodles for like a little bit of decor, like people want to step out from working and have a little bit of lunch. An African art gallery, nice. Let's see what that is. Or maybe I'll just timestamp everything, but I see no art here. Okay. I see the vision though. Virtual business grid. Oh, so that was the owner of this place then. So this is the virtual business center. It shows you the office space for rent. Bora Bora Resorts. So I guess whoever owns that resort also owns this business center. If he's the owner and he's on here, like maybe we could talk to him. And there's like a little seating area by the water. Let's see if this person is still here. Where's he at? No, it's not him. Hold on a second. Let's cam back into hold on a second, guys. Let's cam back into that office space that I saw over here, and we'll see if we can get this person on mic to chat with us a little bit about this VBG Business Center. I feel like at least this door should be open. You don't have a key. Should I say it here? Hi, I'm gonna say making a video. Is this your land? And if so, please come out and tell us about it. And we'll wait a second, we'll see. Okay, message was sent, so I did it right. So hopefully we get like a mini kind of interview and an explanation of what this is. If this person's interested in talking about it. Let's see the map. If not, we'll just end the video here. So let me look at my note card again and just see if I told you everything that I wanted to tell you, at least. About rentals. and then I'll tell you off the top of my dome what else. So mainland, I decided not to cover in this video because it's just too much, right? So we talked about private regions, like for example, Latin estates, where you can get different parcels of different size. You can get land where you can only pay 150 lindens a week and access 50 prims to rest closeout or small objects, or just have personal sentimental items out there. Then you can go the next level up, maybe 300 prims for 150, no, like less than 300 prims for maybe 175 lindens, 200 lindens a week, something like that. I showed you the special land with the sailing and flight options, the prices, and the different options that you have to either rent raw land, land that's landscaped and decorated. We went to an example of a role play community, like a medieval fantasy RP sim. I tried to get things that were really visually and aesthetically pleasing, that you would like. I wanted to talk to you guys about commercial space, so we went to the VBG Business Center. Let's go to Hunted Block. A Hunted Block is examples of a residential community sim, but it's an urban roleplay sim. So we went to a couple residential communities slash roleplay sims, right? So Hunted Block would be an example of a gritty urban, little bit destitute neighborhood and the people who live there and how they interact, right? And people seem to love that in SL. Like, it's definitely a wave on Instagram. People are taking a lot of pictures of that. Then we went to a high-end luxury roleplay sim, and then the medieval roleplay sim. I showed you a skybox with Latin estates as an example of skybox rentals. I'm just going to go to my notes here, guys, to make sure I'm not missing anything. So RP communities are often like immersive themed environments, and they highly engage you, and the goal of it is to ensure that you're part of a community. There are typically regular events there's creative role-playing opportunities, but they do come with strict rules. It's usually a time commitment, because like one role play scene, I saw this woman on Instagram talk about how her husband was in the hospital after getting arrested, and then he injured his head in jail, and then ended up going back to the hospital, and then code blue or whatever, and it was like an all-day situation. So that's something that you have to think about. There is limited building flexibility because the environment's already created for you, and there's potential for a little bit of lag, and because you're interacting with so many people, of course, a little bit of drama, right? On the other hand, if you're renting on a non-RP land or residential community sim, there's greater flexibility for customization, and there's like a variety of uses, whether it's residential or commercial, like you want to open a club, a restaurant, vacation sim, so on and so forth. There are fewer restrictions, you can scale a lot easily, and you have more privacy. The downside is that there's less community interaction. It's a lack of an immersive experience because it's just a raw space, and the quality of your neighbors or people that you might have things in common with, it's not really there. There's fewer events, and there's a higher risk of isolation, right? So just in closing, it's your choice. Ultimately, it depends whether you prioritize community and immersion or flexibility and privacy. So think about what kind of suits your needs best to enhance your Second Life experience. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry about all the crashing. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to hear back from you guys in the comments section, and I might make this video over in the very near future and just make it like a smoother sort of informative video, because I just hate the fact that we crash so much. But I do feel like you've received a lot of great information, and let me know if you disagree, and you could also share more information if down below if you feel like you have something to add. I will do the mainland video a lot later, but we should actually go to Steph's land. Let's go to Louisville. This is going to be an example of like commercial space, right? And I hope I land in the right place. Before we go, let's go to Steph's land, because I just saw him down in the bottom. Okay, he's trying to make like a trap club, like, so he's actually kind of slash building, pretty good builder slash decorator, but his clubs are really nice. He and his his girl Laurice, they really do decorate a lot for other people in landscape and do decor and stuff. So this is their store. Like all the cause. Look at the floors, guys. Isn't this store gorgeous? Look how this looks with the PBR and everything. He's like the PBR king. He has a good relationship with this woman, Artiste, who came from another game. And she is like big into PBR and like the look and feel of things. And so she really wanted to enhance Second Life. I want to find his custom club. So there's a hotel here. So this is an example of commercial space, right, guys? Okay, so we're going to go to that bar and then we're going to go to, or maybe I should take you guys to the custom club and we'll work our way out, right? This is Louisville Heights. I'll also put all the landmarks of all the places that we went to. So this is a custom club that he had built. And I will go, the person who designed this club, her name is Artsy, and she actually has a wind light here. So I'm going to go to her wind light because I don't, midday, yeah, because I feel like things will look a little bit better here. So we're just going to look at the club. It's custom club utilizing PBR. So these are little private booths. It's really beautiful. Look at the rugs. Look at the sheen on the stairs, guys. Do you see that? It's gorgeous. And the drinks. I wonder if these drinks are givers. Just decoration, it looks like. The diamonds on the table. And all these items are on sale in her store. I'll link the store down below. The chandelier. How pretty, right? It's a bar. Look at the floors. Some more booths. Okay. Little tables here. How beautiful is this? So this is an example of some commercial space. So he basically rented a sim, right? So let's see something here. We're gonna be a little nosy here. So 30,000 prims. So he has his own sim, and he's used about 20,000 of them, right? And this is for the purpose of having clubs so he could throw parties. Maybe he'll make money off advertisement. I'm not exactly sure what he'll do, but this is what the floors look like. But isn't this beautiful? This is what SL wants to do. So I'm glad we have this new Firestorm so that we can actually see the PBR and it'll enhance our gameplay experience. I just wish the functionality and the way that the buildings operated, like it operated really well too. That's my only thing. So let's look at this bar here. The glass is glassing because it looks like I could walk right through, but I can't. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm just going to show you the detail and the reflections because it's really pretty. So it's the bar. Uh-oh, condoms there. And nice little chair. A DJ booth. A little lounge area, like for girls' night out or something like that. It's really pretty. Some drinks. A television. More seating. Look at the angel wings. My vampire and witchy populace and population, whatever's the best way to say that. It's like something right up your alley. All right, so let's check, or maybe even the one across. That's even more beautiful. So let's check this out. Wow, isn't this beautiful? It looks like a restaurant, right? Because of these booths. Wow. I love the artwork for sure. It's very pretty. This is so, this is like luxurious in a different way, in this like really beautiful dark goth style. And I'll let you know, hold on a second. So the owner is Steph STEPH 8681, and he does do landscaping and decor. I think that, you know, his girl told me that they were going to be working on their own projects, but you could definitely hit him up if you like this PBR style and want it on your land. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here because I'm kind of tired and we've been going at it for an hour and 35 minutes, so that was an afterthought. I wanted to show Max Urban Roleplay Sim again, but he told me he was like updating it, so we're not going to go there. He has some stuff that he has to do, but that's another example of a roleplay sim. This is the second example of commercial space. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know below, and I will definitely timestamp so you could skip over the parts where I crashed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you so much for being here. Bye.